Welcome back to Las Vegas, home of the 2019 All-Star, where we're getting ready for the very first TFT show match of the event. I am Sam Kobe Hartman-Kensler, meeting with another TFT mastermind, Mark Zimmerman here, to bring us into the Legends match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been lucky enough to cast a couple events already on the new patches, so I'm really looking forward to see what people do.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy set number 2. It's really diversified a lot for me. The Littles is the other part of the TFT match that we'll see later. These are league pros and personalities that are actually below Challenger. And the Legends are the Challenger tier players that are up there right now that we're going to see first. Littles are going to be paired with those Legends as a coach. So they're going to try and come in with a strategy. And then the pairs' combined results are going to determine the final standings for the charity.
Yeah, so people actually have to cooperate a little bit more than they might be inclined to normally. Today's first match is the Legends going first. So I'm excited to see a lot of these names you've probably heard before. People like Becca, Disguised Toast, Dog. A lot of them are very, very popular streamers in the genre.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too because with set 2, here you can see them actually. Dog, Disguised Toast, Becca that you just mentioned, then even Jellian as well.
First half of them. I definitely watch a lot of Dog. One of my favorite streamers to watch. His Twitch chat is notorious for certain things that it's just hilarious to watch him get into funny situations.
Yeah, then you got Toast just moved over to Facebook, so no longer Twitch. That was a big move. We've seen a lot of those diversifications. But I'm super excited to see if anybody has these tendencies, right? Because people have talked about hard forcing just a couple of compositions. Personally, since there's coaching going on here, when I coach someone new,
you give them easy.
I try and coach them into just focusing on 2 compositions and then rolling off what you get in the early game because it's easier to manage.
Other half of the lobby filled up with Kongman, Virus, Dalsam, and Yu Yayan.
Yeah. And back to the coaching thing, because I think that's one of the biggest parts of this. Yes, it's going to be all the Challenger players playing against each other, but then also trying to coach your non-Challenger TFT player into something better. I feel like focusing on just a couple strategies early and then just making the decision tree easier for them, because where people run into a lot of problems is transitioning their builds mid and late. Yes, it is better to do a whole bunch of scouting and be fluid with your build, but if you have decision paralysis later on, then that's going to cost you.
Well, and the Littles, while they will get some coaching by the Legends, it's not during the game. It's pre-game coaching. So you like in these transitions where you're like, is a 2-star Renekton better than a 1-cost Kiana right now? Like these kinds of weird questions that you should know. The coach will not be able to answer those ones. So like you're saying, simpler builds where there's probably less transitioning going on, like Predators doesn't really change. You don't have to transition out of Predators.
Did you get some Predators early? Roll for more Predators.
Roll. Nice. Keep rolling. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes we see a lot too. Different economy managing styles. Right now you can go for, we talked about Predators, but there's also some other early game ones. All right, let's get right into it though. Challengers all grouping up here.
Everyone waiting for the spatula.
Try and get the spatula slash. So me personally too, I'm good with any parts of a Morella Nomicon trying to get early, because healing cutting, Toast won the charge there. Because Morella Nomicon is so important. There's not that many like must-have items, but Morella Nomicon super popular, of course, for cutting healing and the extra burn damage, but also Phantom Dancers, which we saw a couple people rushing for, pose and armor.
Toast already starting to smack talk a little bit.
Of course you want to hope that everyone else loses to climb to the top. It's all about number 1.
So what's interesting with this set is you have the different tiles. So your board gets picked to be one of 4 elements: Ocean, Cloud, Inferno, and Mountain. And they got a Cloud one, which I think is the most interesting one because it opens up a lot more itemization choices. Things like the Iceborne Gauntlets that are already good become nutty on this board in particular.
Yeah, I mean, it's one itemization change. It's basically that item.
Yeah.
Because Iceborne gets so much benefit from dodge. There's something, though, with even Cloud maps. If the Cloud hexes spawn towards the rear, then it's not as great for your
assassins.
Assassins, but also even your Iceborne has to be put on that unit because you only get the dodge if you're actually on that. It does also give a boost to one of the late game strategies, which is Blade Master Cloud Assassins, which is definitely a very potent like full build later on. All those units are much more expensive though. Right now in the early game, you want to focus on getting Woodland Druids or Predators are basically the 2 strong early openers.
Yeah, we already saw Virus there had a 2-star Ivern.
Yeah, that's super big. This is really early to get 2 stars on your Druids. Woodland Druids, they're super low cost, so it's easy to sell them later. You don't have to hard commit to them. But you can also go with a hyper rolling strategy. If you get a bunch of Woodlands early, you know, if you have that 2-star Ivern already, you get a few more, you can hyper roll for it and pick up things like the Diana Renekton and go into Woodland Assassins for later on in the game and actually keep them the whole game.
I know you hate those. I love Woodland. I don't know why you have a problem with Woodland Assassin. I think it's fun.
I hate donkey rolling early, just getting a bunch of 3 stars and having that be your end game. I like the transition.
So do you play Predators?
That a lot of these have. I do play some Predators.
Wait, but that's donkey roll.
But Predators are flexible. You know, you can go, you throw in a little steel, some crystal, you add the poisons.
Yeah, I guess. At least Woodland Druid, you don't have to. You can use them just as a strong early game bridge to some other later game comps. You don't have to go for the complete hard reroll strat with it.
Yeah.
I think in some ways Predator is a little bit more restrictive because you pretty much need to 3-star your Kog'Maw and hopefully one of your frontline ones as well. Ideally, Skarner's probably the best, or Rek'Sai.
There are some things. So if you start Predators and you don't get a lot of them, so you're not 3-starring them, you can transition pretty easily into things like Electric and Poison later on. Because if you econ well and you get your up to level 8, you're the first one to get singed. For instance, and you have a Morellonomicon. You slap that on the Singe. That's go-to right there. Right here, we're seeing Electric, which started out, nobody built Electric right when it first came out because the Ornn and Volibear didn't really have that big of an impact. But with the popularity of Zed going through the roof, if you have 3 Electrics, it's huge burst damage whenever it goes off. So we've seen some people focus on that earlier too. And since he's already got the 2-star Ornn, could go for the...
Well, and that was really great positioning by Toast because he actually had his Volibear as a Berserker jump to the back line and then in the middle of all 3 get his electric procs. It's only a 1 hex circle around you, so sometimes, you know, if you don't get a well-positioned unit, the electric is like hitting one thing and it's pretty negligible, but he actually got it on all 3 opponents there, so that was really good by him.
Yeah. All right, scouting extremely important in these early stages because like we're talking about with the limited pools, with these openers, you want to try and get a decent opener. Now, again, you can hard econ because you don't take quite as much damage anymore. Just you can be the player taking damage, going for the early carousels, hard econing, and trying to get to level 8 to try and get your 5 costs quickly.
Yeah, there was a meta for a while where you had to play a very, I guess you would call it tempo-oriented game where you're hitting your level ups on the right intervals. People have kind of stopped doing that, and you're econing until the round after Krugs, like 3-1 every time, and that's where the builds start diverging a little more. Yeah. Most people don't level to 5 early. They'll go to 3 and 4 naturally, and 5 naturally. And so we'll see the hyper rolling coming in at the end of the beginning of the next stage.
Renekton actually is also one of my favorite early game units because the healing you can get. Sometimes you'll see people build Phantom Dancer, maybe even Dragon Claws on the Renekton early, and it just does not die. Similar to like old Kassadin from 7.
I mean, honestly, he's not a bad item carry. It's a little awkward to put things on him because if you don't 3-star him, you don't really want him to carry them. But a 3-star Renekton is actually pretty gross at fights.
It's actually very beneficial to identify what your cheap units that are going to be your item carries early on are. You want to throw away unit that you're not going to have to use later in your end game build. Nasus is another great one for me when I rush Morellonomicon. You can AoE burn everybody around him as well. And it being 1 cost, you get to sell them back for no cost to yourself. Let's see what we're developing into, though. We got 6 veins here for Toast early.
Yeah.
Lights really got nerfed and fell off, so don't expect him to go super heavy.
Yeah, there was a preseason tournament, Rise of the Elements, that was put on, and it was pretty much the Light and Shadow show, and both those got nerfed pretty hard, so we're seeing other things start popping up that we've been talking about, but Toast, when you get 6 veins, you buy them. You 3-star a vein, maybe you actually can kind of go down that route.
Yeah, splash some Rangers is still possible. I feel like because Poison is so good later, anything that can branch off that can still be viable. While it's not like one of the big meta endgame builds, you can branch off anything into that. So
a lot of the tournaments
Ranger
that I was casting, like Poison was a great counter to the Ocean Mage stuff that's also very prevalent right now. And like if you can fit that 3-unit package into your builds, a lot of time people will do it late game.
All right, another scramble. Let's see who are we following here. We just get the whole board up here to see the reaction.
Yeah, I like that you can see everyone pop off if someone steals their thing.
Another spatula. All right, Dog gets this spatula. I don't think he got the first one though. So
no, I think that was Dawson got the first one.
Yeah, Spatula's also kind of got nerfed because you don't get the double stats anymore for spatting something up, but still very good for say mages. You know, you can get a double cast Annie or double cast Malphite.
There's a lot of 2-unit synergies as well that makes it a little bit easier to pick up some of that stuff.
All right, let's see. We had Woodland Druids plus the Talia. So this is super flexible, and since he's holding on to Syndra, looking like some Ocean Mage / Summoners early. Dog right now, yeah, is definitely building into it. You can see Zyra is one of the 1 costs that you want to hold on to. She's so incredibly good early, plus is in the Summoner, Mage, Ocean endgame build. And he's already got a couple pieces here with the Vlad Syndra, so it looks like that's what he's going to build towards.
Yeah, he's just going to hold them. Ocean Mage, it's good early game if you hit the 2-star Vlad and the 2-star Syndra, but if you don't, you can just hold them and slowly build towards it. Looks like he's holding off getting the Thresh, though, until actually needed.
Yeah, I mean, you basically just run whatever you 2-starred early on, because 2-starring right now is so important, and the synergy's not quite as strong, especially early on in the game, as previously. And you can see with the dodge and the Phantom Dancer,
yeah,
gonna take a lot to take down that Ornn, and it's the 2-star Vayne left.
She can kill him before the ult.
This the dodge for Talia keeps dodging. Oh! Takes him down.
Toast has to sell out to get above 30 gold, trying to make sure he gets the most out of his income.
Looks like he's still deciding on what to branch to. I guess he's holding on more lights here, picked up the double Nasus, and only needs 2 more Vaynes.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, if you get that much in one category, it's kind of hard not to index into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Becca's in the Predator route, though.
If you just need 1 more, then you definitely roll before you level up. There's a big drop-off in the percentage of level 1s that you're going to get as you go up to level 5 and especially level 6. So you want to get that 1-cost 3-starred before you get to those higher levels to avoid wasting money.
Yeah, and Light has a fair amount of 1-cost, 2-cost, and 3-cost units that like hyper rolling can play well with, where you're not just rolling for just the Vayne or something. You can pick up a lot of other units.
And Vayne is actually the most important 1, 2, 3-star because Vayne will be your carry because of the percentage damage. Very good with scaling with attack speed items.
Here we see the Woodland Druid Assassin kind of set up, but doesn't look like he's found a LeBlanc
I'm
yet.
glad it's not like gonna hyper roll for it. Maybe he ends up doing it, but
he could.
Looks like in overtime it's gonna be the Mouth. Oh, nice burst here from the Talia. Gets his ult off. That's perfect too because that hit him up to 30 gold, I believe, for your extra interest.
Wow,
that win.
First place, already above 50.
Yep. Also, what you basically do is you're gonna keep your Woodland Druids through mid game, and then as you 2-star your Oceans and your Mages, you're gonna slowly bring them out. Let's see here. Yeah, Dog is going for Predator.
Predator setup.
Sold off a lot of the Mages.
I'm curious if he's gonna hyper roll for this because he doesn't have that much economy to burn through to get the things, and he's really far away from 3-starring anything. So
yeah, I seriously doubt it.
This doesn't feel like you're not far enough in. Usually you want like 5, 6 of these units already found naturally to hyper roll it, because otherwise you have to find so many, and they're probably a little contested.
Yeah, I think it's really a hard int if you hyper roll now, because he has the pieces for late game Poison, Electric. And if you get to level 8 early, we're talking about Zed and Singe are 2 of the greatest 5-cost units, and their synergies really come from the items. Singe with Morellonomicon, because he walks around, poisons everybody, it's insanely good. And then Zed, of course, you want your Guardian Angel, all your shadows will revive, things like Redemption will also proc for all of them.
All right, here's Virus with the hyper roll, trying to find Woodland Druid completions, as well as the Renekton.
It's the Woodland Druid Assassin. This is my most hated build that you're talking about.
I love it. Keep going.
See, this is one of the parts where it's really hard to coach new players too, because you have to spam through your rolls, not miss anything.
I think the hardest part of it is just like your eyes seeing everything quickly and absorbing the information. He did complete the 3-star Nasus and get kind of close to, I believe, the 3-star Maokai as well, so pretty well set up there.
Yeah, and Toast's doing the same here. You can see just re-rolling down before he levels up, so he can try and get everything 3-star here.
He has the 3-star Vayne already.
Yeah.
He had 2 in, and he has a completed Vayne on his bench. So I think he's already done it, and that's why he stopped re-rolling at this point. Because he doesn't care about 3-starring Nasus or 3-starring Jax or anything like that. So he did like a half super roll and just stopped doing it once he found all the pieces he needed.
He actually have an extra Vayne there as well.
Yeah, he had one
on top.
May as well pick it up.
Just for good measure, because nobody goes lights anymore. Right?
Yeah, it's the easiest one to hyper roll for.
Yeah, it got heavily nerfed, so we'll see how he does, because he's got the Vayne early, and that's the most important part where we're talking about. Now he's going to want to put all of his items onto that champion. A lot of TFT is identifying what your carry is going to be. A lot of times it's going to be something that has 2 offensive traits, and then throwing 3 items on that champion, because it's a multiplicative gains here if you're able to juice it up with both traits and items.
Yeah, and the items that you need for each carry is really different. Like a Kog'Maw likes a Ludens to splash and try and get the Predator executes coming through. Vayne usually wants like a Runaan's Hurricane to be able to get the Silver Bolts on multiple targets. It really changes, what you should prioritize in the carousels.
Evangelion with some Ocean Mage starts for himself. Again, people kind of refer to it as Ocean Mage, but kind of long gone are the days of 6 mages.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it was like, oh, cool, you get 6 mages and you like throw a mage cap on Annie or something, so you always have your 2 Tibbers. But summoners are just so good, and splashing the 3 summoners, few oceans with your mages, you also get Inferno for your brand, and it's insane late game. One of the most consistent, I guess, late game comps, and so that's why so many people were going for it.
Yeah, you can usually, if you do find the Vlads and stuff early, you're pretty competitive in the early game, and then like you're saying, late game, it has so many top end with Bran, Annie, Yorick, Zed, if you have the right items to throw them in there. You can put so much stuff in an Ocean Mage build at the end.
Yeah, the big part about Ocean Mage, if you're trying to play it, is getting to level 7 and getting your brand. Level 7 is good for trying to roll for your 4-cost purple champions. And that is the most important part of this one. Since we're in this lobby and there aren't actually that many Ocean Mages, there's a decent amount of Predators here, a little splash of electric. So they should be able to find it. And then Nico gonna have a hard time. Level 1 Kiana.
Does have dodge.
Has the AoE. Thinks she's fine.
Yeah, Nico's gonna take this one. Dog has to sell out a little bit. He wants to get
love. What is your actual favorite Kiana map? Because Kiana changes based on the type of map, and this is Cloud. It's one of the best because you only need 2 Clouds and you get your 50% dodge, which is very good team-wide defense versus any physical build. But my personal favorite is actually the Mountain.
I was gonna say, actually, early game Kiana with the Talia is disgusting because you get 1500 health from the shield. It's like a whole extra unit. And assuming you've 2-starred one of these,
the problem is the shield is on a random unit.
Yeah.
So sometimes it goes on whatever is going to get focused later and doesn't get that value, but it's really valuable for just having 2 units in. Yeah. Here's a look though. So basically with this strategy, you start out with the early power of the Woodland Druids, which basically beats everything.
Yeah.
And then since you are re-rolling early and you pick up these things that nobody else wants for any other build, Renekton and Diana, you have Desert and you have Assassin there, so you get a Kha'Zix later. That allows you to scale the earlier type champions into the late game.
I know some people like the Infernal Kiana just because it does combo with the Diana very well, but I still don't like that because then you have to put a maybe when a Mumu comes out, because he's going to be a 5-cost Inferno Warden, like that would maybe be a really nice 3rd Inferno piece to put in. But right now, none of the other ones feel that great to kind of slot in.
All right, let's see how everybody's doing on their 3 stars. Let's see. Dog's got Steel in as well.
He's kind of going for the Blade Master.
Yeah, he's got the Nocturne carry already. So if you turn, this is one of the really popular carry builds. Nocturne has such a good passive with Blade Master and basically any other offensive item.
I just love Nocturne in general. He actually uses utility items really well too. Sivir and him are basically the best 2 with things like Sword Breakers and Hushes, because his AoE cleave will apply the debuff and CC on everything, and so you can sometimes get pretty crazy.
I really like the hard carry.
It's better. It's better for
style
sure.
builds though.
Yeah, you can see him just cleaning.
Taken down. Let's see. He's on a lose streak anyway. Looks, he's got 5 losses in a row.
That's an ideal loss. Only 1 unit alive, take a little bit of damage, get the most gold.
That's one of the things too, the nuances that the Legends are trying to help out their littles with is managing your streaks.
Yes.
Especially early on, it's sometimes very beneficial to streak for a loss. Get your early item priorities for the carousel. and you don't actually take that much damage early on. Let's see, how are we doing here? This looks like, yeah, this is the Ocean Mage checking back in on. Evangelion is rolling for it, and that's the brand we talked about. He was able to get it, and already you can see you put your items immediately on your carry. Brand tries to stack. The Oceans give him extra mana to cast his ultimate, and since he's a mage and Inferno, you have 2 offensive synergies here to help out the ultimate. Later on with Zyra going in, he's able to get the Inferno for the extra burn and mage double cast.
Yeah, that's what makes the summoner variant of the Ocean Mage so good, is that Brand, Annie, and Zyra form such a strong core, and then you get the last summoner of either the Yorick or the Zed if you have the right items, and it's just so potent with the mana coming in. You get your summons super quickly. It's really good.
So even though he was at 45, I believe, life when we were on him, should be able to stabilize pretty easily. You saw there, it was a 2-star Annie already. Really powerful. Let's see, Becca needs, what, 2 more Skarners. If you 3-star Skarner, and you get Crystal later on, throw in the Ash, it's so crazy trying to take one of those down. Even if you have a couple items on it, the Skarner really lasts forever.
Skarner can become a bit of a carry. If you 3-star the Skarner, you get the Crystal buff, and you throw like a Warmogs on it, the shield that it gets, the reduced damage from the Crystal passive, it's basically...
Warmogs, Phantom Dancer, Skarner.
Yeah, it's unkillable, and then it just has the Predator execute, so it just whittles you down.
She already has 2 pieces, right? The Thornmail and the magic damage reduction from Dragon Claw.
If she can get some Giant Spells, it's actually going to be so gross.
All right, let's see. Just keeping at 50 gold.
She's in a bit of a weird spot with the Kog'Maw, too. Hoping to 3-star it at some point, but...
I mean, it's way too late. It's way too late. I don't really care about it too much. I think it is a little bit of a bait, too. Sometimes people end up spending a lot of money for that. But the 3-star Skarner is huge. Oh, here we go. Hard rolling for Dog, trying to upgrade. And this was one of the synergies that is improved by the map. And this is why I really like some of the build choices here. The Blade Master Assassin Cloud that we talked about. Since he got the early Spatula, he decided to slap that sucker on Nocturne here. He's already got the blades in.
He's got a Jan on his bench as well to potentially start swapping in later.
Yeah, let's see. He's got the 4 Blade Masters for all of them to pop up. Let's see how he stabilizes here, because Qiyana is also an extremely good side carry. He throws on the Thief's Gloves, so even though it's 2 random items, Qiyana scales really well with almost all the items. And just as an individual unit, he is extremely powerful with that ultimate.
Yeah, Qiyana is... I mean, she's never going to be the focus of your comp, like you're saying, but she performs even without items.
Flash some Thieves Gloves on that baby, too.
Yeah, Thieves Gloves are so great. One, they're fun just to see whatever comes on, and 2, they're such good like off-carry items, like you're saying. You just throw them on whoever's your second best.
And she's the reason that I'm saying that this build is better on this Cloud map, because Qiyana is Cloud, so you get extra dodge.
Yeah, you combine it with the Yasuo, you're at 2 already. If you do grab the Janna, it's one of the few that goes 2, 3, 4, and so you're not really over-indexing.
There we go. He does end up 3-starring the Nasus, and he's got 6 Aatroxes as well. So this is one of the calming builds to play. When you identify you're going lights early on,
you can ignore everything in the shop except the light.
Just set yourself at peace of mind. If you have a friend, it's very easy to teach them this build because nobody else goes lights anymore. So you just say buy all lights. There you go. Strategy done.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really working out for Toast. He's in last place right now, and his Vayne doesn't have quite the right items. You really want, like, Giant Slayer or Ruinant's Hurricane, some of these other things. The Gunblade, or the Rage Blade is good, though.
Yeah, Rage Blade's definitely very good because with the extra attack speed you get from Light, it helps you stack it up faster, and by the end...
Look at this.
Yeah, this is insane. Gets the extra heal from the last Light. I don't know.
Big CC, though.
3v1. Nami ult! And he goes down. This is one of the reasons why nobody does lightsaber.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff that's good into it. He also doesn't have the Yorick yet, which I think is a really critical piece because it gives you more frontline. Yeah. And that's something the lights are kind of lacking, but Yorick's sort of tanky, and then his summons do a good job of buying extra space for Vayne.
Yeah.
It really needs to stay alive the whole time.
And it's really hard for them to get it, right? Because it's a 4-cost unit, and you spend so much money
hyper rolling.
Now he's got no money left at level 7, and fairly weak.
And Yorick is contested, like we're saying. It often ends up in Ocean Mage builds, so it's not like, oh, no one's in Light. It's like one of my most important units is contested still.
All right. The brand with Morello Nomicon, definitely a good start here. This is only a 1-star Annie, but he does have the mage cap on it, so you get your chance at getting your double tipper, then he hits it here.
Yeah, really big stuff. Toast is in a lot of trouble. He got through the bears actually pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think he's good here. Both the 3 stars. Ooh, the double Annies, though, it's hard to take down. The double tippers, he's never going to have the damage. It's not going to be the killing blow, I believe, for Toast, though. He's got a decent amount of life left.
Yeah, he's got a couple losses still in him. Ooh, Vayne almost dodged the Cinder Q.
Almost clutches. Who's going to be first out there? Toast at the bottom, 18 health.
Dhalsim not much higher at 22, and then a bit of a gap before Evangelion.
So he gets first pick here. What's he going for? Oh, back to Carousel.
Toast goes for the Singe.
So you can slap a Singe into any comp, but but he's running light, so.
Singed also, like the way it gets it most value is from the Morellonomicon. He's the best Morellonomicon user in the entire game. And so if you have a Morellonomicon, you should just stick him in because he'll carry. But without the Morellonomicon and not having any synergies, I'm not sure the Singe is going to stick around.
There's actually 0 chance because he's level 7 right now, and light you need 6 of them for your 6 lights, and then he's using the Kindred for a Ranger bonus for the Vayne. So there is no room. It's like a dog.
Dog got his Force of Nature off that, so he can get his 3rd Cloud in. That's huge.
And not a lot of people really go for Blade Master and Assassins. So especially on Cloud map, I think he's got a pretty easy, clear path.
Man, Virus is on a 12-game win streak.
This is the comp, my most hated comp.
I love it. This is exactly what I want to see.
But he accomplished all the check boxes, right? You 3-star your Renekton, you 3-starred his Diana, and 3-starred a couple of the Woodlands. And he's riding high on it. See if Toast gets eliminated. Who'd he come up against?
Ooh, he does have the Singed in there.
Okay, he slapped the locket too, because it came with the armor on it. And like I said, you can slap Singe into any comp, but he sacrificed
6 light for
the 6 light, and he's just gonna go down. That's gonna be one more loss left in him. 2 more Aatroxes he could save. He could get a level 2 Singe. So
oh yeah, I didn't see he had one on his bench too. So.
Level 2 Singe would definitely pull big, but like you're saying, you really need Morellonomicon to get the full benefit.
And here you see, like we're talking about, Renekton actually becomes a beast in the late game. That's a huge little legend.
Definitely, yeah. So it's definitely going to need someone with Inferno Burn to try and take down the big boys. All right, let's see. What's he going for here, too? Stacking some Mystics for later on to splash in, because...
Yeah, just in general, there's a lot of magic damage in the game, and so that's why Poison and Mystic are so good. Poison delays the spell cast, so it takes longer to get there. Mystic, you take less damage. And most endgame builds are going to have one of those 2 splashes in them, assuming that one of the other top players has that. So if you're ever in a lobby, you look around, anyone's magic damage, try and find a way to get the Mystics or Poisons into your comp.
And once Toast goes out, there will be a lot of Sorakas up for your splash.
I don't know. Soraka's probably one of the worst.
It's only got 3. Yeah, but it's the easiest one to find because it's only a 3 cost.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's see. Toast, is this it? The last hurrah!
He's going up against Virus, too. He's going up against the #1 guy.
So this is a small thing, too. If you really want to punish your opponent, Virus walked his little legend closer to Toast, so the damage comes quicker. Usually you want to try and run far away so you can delay, but Toast gets eliminated first. Virus, not only is Virus in first place, but also deals a killing blow. That's satisfactory.
Yeah, and Toast saw the 6 Vaynes, took the bait. You know, it's hard not to when you have that many, but you see why no one is really running lights right now.
Everybody stopped. All right, that's kind of the key. If nobody else goes for this build, plus you got an early start to it, it probably needs a buff.
Yeah. If that still can't win, that's like ideal conditions. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the hard roll over there on the Woodland Assassins, still running pretty. 14-game win streak, just racking up the gold.
The thing about the Woodland Assassin is it doesn't really get countered by many of the existing comps that easily. Like it's good into Ocean Mages and stuff because it attacks the backline first, and you kind of ignore some of the Ocean Wardens. Blade Master might be good enough because it has a lot of carry threat, so it's not like, oh, you assassinate one thing. Dog does have a ton of things that can deal damage, and it's less about getting one thing.
Blade Master Assassin Desert has one of the highest peaks. Super good late game. If you get everything together, you have your right items, you have the full comp, it really has high highs.
There's so many synergies within it, like the Yasuo that you're gonna, the Master Yi that's gonna go in combos with the Janna for this insane Mystic Cloud buff, so you're really hard to kill despite being somewhat fragile in terms of frontline. Yeah.
Other couple things that have really good late games, of course, any Poison comp with Singe with Morellos, but also really like, I really liked going for one of the more hipster ones with Electric.
Yeah, Electric feels It's a high roll comp, like without hitting the Zed.
Zed is super contested, by the way, so that's why it's also hard.
Yeah, and like if you get a electric Lux, it gets absolutely crazy.
And this is what the board looks like when there are fully completed Mage Summoner Oceans, because you have Inferno Hexes all over the place, plus tons of summons everywhere.
Board gets pretty messy.
Yeah, definitely true. Oh, it's the Skarner versus everyone. Can't survive, and Virus is another win. That was versus Ghost, though, so he keeps his win streak alive. 15 now.
Yeah, that was Becca who had the 3-star Skarner completed. Still hasn't found the Warmogs yet, which is what really pushes it over the top, but you saw how long it lives.
All class here from Virus, showing up with the suit on stage, running pretty at 96 health.
Winning and looking good doing it.
Keeping the win streak going. I wonder who his partner is. We didn't get a list of who everyone was paired up with, but it's definitely something that, you know, those hard roll early builds that is pretty easy to just give a blueprint to your little and say, hey, you see these champions, buy them. And you only need to give them like 2 options.
Yu Yan here is about to get knocked out. He hasn't been able to complete enough of his units. He's got 1-star Bram, 1-star Singe, 1-star Nami.
Yeah, this is the main problem you run into with Ocean Mages. If there's a lot of people running them, you know, Brand is definitely the most important. Ooh, and he's down.
Yeah, the other guy had, it's like you're in the same build and one guy's just way further ahead.
It's the Spider-Man meme, except one of the Spider-Man is super jacked.
Yeah, you both point at each other.
Yeah, he's got the 2-star Brand with really good items for it, too. I don't think we need to even check in on Virus anymore.
He's probably going to win the lobby.
Look how big. This is the maximum size of the little legend, I believe. I've never seen one bigger than this. It feels like it caps out there. I don't know if there is technically an
I wonder if he's
scaling.
Mad that he didn't perfect game it. He took 1 loss and he dropped to 96, and then has won since then, it seems like.
Oh, I just heard Virus paired with Levi, by the way. So Virus setting him up definitely for some good placement.
Makes some pressure off Levi's back. That it's like, all right, you already got first for us, because it does combine their placings to see who moves on to day 3. So if your partner gets first, you feel very good.
All right, he's spending through. Who's up next for elimination?
Dalsim in the Ocean Mage using the Yorick.
Another Ocean Mage Summoner Mirror. So he's got a 2-star Brand, but no items on it.
Yeah, Zyra's actually the carry. She has the Mage Cap to double summon her plants.
Fire, Mark. The floor is lava.
Don't touch the floor.
Yeah, no extra items there for the Brand, and he's going to go down. Meanwhile, basically the Nami was really stacked right there.
Yeah.
You get Sojins on Nami, the waves start stacking up really, really heavily. That's a lot of crowd control.
Mage Nami is actually pretty gross if you can not have to commit your Mage Cap earlier.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is when you're an Ocean Mage player and everyone else in the lobby is Ocean Mage and they start dying, those things go back in the pool and you suddenly start getting stronger very quickly as these people drop out around stage 5 and 6.
All right, Virus grabs the Redemption.
Was setting up for a Zed.
Is holding on to 1 on bench. Let's see, he's still, so he needs 1 more LeBlanc. And the 1 LeBlanc will free up that spot, he can put it in.
Yeah.
And can he find the LeBlanc?
That would be such a disgusting upgrade.
Everything comes together then.
Opens up the slot, powers up your main carry.
I like what Dog's done though, because this is really good itemization for what you want. He's got these goods for the splash like side carry over there, but then you have Sivir with your on-hit items. Works really well with her ultimate. He's got a red buff that can apply to multiple people, has the disarm to apply to multiple people, and Nocturne full carry here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice setup. You just have to hope he avoids Virus.
Everybody's hoping to avoid
Every
Virus.
Every time we follow someone.
You got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
All right, split screen. Gonna get elimination here. And try and keep track of Dog.
Dog did get a really nice Jan ult there to reset.
Good.
Yeah, I actually think he might stay alive. Oh.
No. And then the other board is just.
Oh, maybe he can, actually. Dog stays alive. He took down the #1 player.
And look at, just with that sliver of health. I'm telling you, the peak here is super high on this comp. And he's finally got everything all upgraded. Still, though, he's only level 7. Doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Virus, meanwhile, level 8.
So frustrated. Rolled down a fair amount to try and find it.
The LeBlanc still
It's
hasn't
all
found
in.
the LeBlanc.
It's such, like, that's a dead... I mean, that fight would not have been close if he actually had the LeBlanc completed.
All right, meanwhile, the winner of the Ocean Mage Scrum. Actually, 2 Ocean Mages left in.
Yeah, slowly powering up.
This one has the Nami hyper focus here.
Yeah.
with
Shojin is so
Oh,
strong.
but she's under attack with the double assassins on here. This could be really good for Dog. He takes down the 3-item 2-star Nami. Is that going to be enough? The Brand's still pumping away, though.
Yeah, Brand's pumping, but you also still have the Nocturne.
Not going to do it.
No.
So Quicksilver is actually not a very good item because there's not that much CC in the game anymore.
That was just I have to finish my items. You know, I'm sure he didn't get the exact things he wanted. Unfortunately, gets knocked out there. Becca on the 8-game win streak, actually the strongest streak going right now.
Yeah, see the 3-star tank Skarner we were talking about that's buffed up by the 1-cost Ashe in there just to give it Crystal.
Yeah.
Last and give time for the poison to take it.
This is the ideal comp basically for the only thing that is the Soraka, which should probably get swapped out for another Mystic, but she has the Predator, she has the poison, like that is the textbook comp basically.
And the real synergy for Singe, as we mentioned, is the Morellonomicon.
Yes.
So she needs to slap one of those on. If she could get that, let's see, what'd you get off Dragon? Dragon Claw here. Actually, this is really big. Good magic resistance later here.
Yeah, it just doesn't really have a unit to throw
Who's got
it
an
on.
open spot?
I guess you put it on Zed, just so he doesn't get one-shot by Ocean Mage AoE.
What did Becca get? Oh, it's just a red buff down there? Yeah.
It's pretty tough for Predator. Nothing uses it that well.
She has the Nico's help.
Oh, she already has one too as well on top of the Skarner.
Single application for red buff though. I mean, ideally, you'd probably want to slot it in for an extra item. Just throw it on Soraka.
Yeah,
all of them are single targets.
And you're going to trade Soraka out for Nami probably if you can find it, or even, you probably wouldn't do a Yeet.
So she's saving the Nico's help instead of upgrading to the 3-star Warwick.
She also didn't put anything in the Cloud Hex tile there.
She has a lot of money and plenty of health, so she's holding the Nico's help to get one of these 5 costs. Maybe the Mystic if she gets Nami. Singe doing his work, but no burn from Morellonomicon means even the Singe eventually.
Yeah, but the Skarner Predator is doing all the cleanup. Singe does all the damage, and Skarner just shows up for the last hit, stealing those kills. Look at that.
He's got it. Becca, big win, actually.
That's what I was saying, is the Skarner actually becomes a carry in this comp if you itemize it in 3-star. Like, if you have a Warmogs there instead of a red buff, it is disgusting how hard it is to beat this comp. Everything lives forever. You have this giant front line. You're taking people down. You're executing people.
And she ended up getting the 3-star Warwick without having to use the Nico's help. So she has it in store for a 5-cost upgrade. All right.
Kongman on the Ocean Mage. Last Ocean Mage standing.
Small stack here. Only 24 life left.
Yeah, it still has a little bit of econ to play with whenever he feels pushed all in.
Let's see. Grouping up in the corner. Try and avoid. It actually takes a lot longer, too, because Singe went bottom left first, so it didn't apply poison that quickly.
Yeah, a lot of ults got off. Still.
Kog'Maw, though, fired away still, applying the Predator, getting the executions after Singe gets him low.
Yeah, Ocean Mage is a comp that I feel like whenever I watch it in tournament, it seems to get outpaced by one of the other comps come late game, where Poison does very well into it, Predator gets the assassinations, the assassin builds are actually really good into it as well. So Kongman needs to all in right now.
Also, by the way, before this game started, we had set up, talked to a couple of the players if they would be willing to come over and help us and join us at commentating if they got knocked out. Becca was like, yeah, sure, I'll come help over if I get knocked out. She's going to the top. She might even win.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll just talk to her at the end.
I
on
thought
the
she was being a homie to come out and help cast it with us, but
she's like, maybe I'm
just win. Maybe
I'm gonna win this. I'll talk to you later. All right, let's see if she can pull it off. Actually, this is
Kongman's last stand against Virus's assassins, and it's so brutal. He did complete the 3-star LeBlanc off screen, so Virus is super strong right now.
Yep. Again, Mark, I just
you hate to see it.
Build, but getting all those 3-stars, you hyper roll early.
Oh, there's a force of nature, and it's going right for Virus.
Oh,
he's pinging it too.
The rotation.
They're both. Yeah, I'm so pissed when that happens. Like the best item in the game.
Yeah.
Right in front of your opponent.
And it's very frequently on these endgame carousels because they are filled with items that haven't been built for completed items, and it's very hard to make a force of nature. So whoever gets that late is just feeling.
Oh,
the double Z. She got the Z.
Wait, and she has The GA that she just picked up off that thing as well. So she can complete her Z and put it in, but it doesn't fit.
She's looking for a slot though, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in well.
Still though, it's a Z.
Oh wait, she
and
had an
GA.
Ezreal in. That was actually
Nice.
easier to clear up.
That's a big upgrade.
Zed becomes his own carry with no synergies, nothing.
Yeah. So every shadow gets to use the item, of course. So GA works, they all res.
Yep.
Let's see here. She's still sitting with a level 1 Ashe though. Just applying Crystal to Skarner.
Yep, helping Skarner out. Doesn't use a Twitch, so you could in theory swap that for a Taric at some point if you wanted, but I'm not sure it's needed.
All right, it's actually looking pretty good for her. Zed hasn't been focused at all. Gets a couple of the shadows to start rolling, and
yep.
poison ticking through. It's only really...
It's so tanky. It's so annoying for an assassin to try and punch through all that health, all those resists, the flat damage being applied, reduction from the Skarner as well. So like even if you kill the back line, there's so much power in the front line.
I love to see it, Mark. When the
you want the
when the woodland assassins start to go down and they can't finish, don't get first. Sweet day.
You know, I wonder, is the force of nature a trap? Would it have, because both were going for Zeds. Ooh.
What did we miss? It was too zoomed out. I couldn't see.
Is it Shadow
Did she
Lux?
roll past something?
Did she roll past a good Lux?
We'll have to check that in. She got a Taric in for Crystal instead of the level 1 Ashe, though.
Oh, yeah, so she could go 4 Crystal. And that is insane for how tanky it makes it. You just have to give up something. I'm not sure.
She couldn't get it in.
I don't know if she needs to.
It's just,
oh, God, that Taric got his ult off.
I think this is actually over because her top end is so good. Singed and Zed, as we were talking about, those are two of the best late game scaling units. Building with items for both of them.
So that's what I was saying. Was the force of nature potentially a trap? Would it have been better to go for the GA for Virus? Because he's also an assassin. He can use Zed very well.
Yeah.
And I think he had some.
All the crystals! The Taric upgrade too!
Okay.
Oh my goodness. 3/5 cost.
Do you give up on
Level
Mystic?
Up.
Do you need Mystic? I don't know.
You don't.
Because Assassin is not that magic-y.
Yeah. You don't. You definitely don't.
So I think
he's already way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Done it.
I'm thinking out loud. Just
the late game light too. That's a hard.
Oh,
breaker.
yeah.
Not really gonna do much for you.
No. That's
5 health left on Virus. He knows impending doom in the next matchup here. What can even roll for?
3 stars Maokai. He can. I don't.
Spam roll, yeah. You would have to 2-star a bunch of 5 costs. Slap those in. But Becca's already built around her is so much better.
She can Nico's help if she finds another Lux, right? That's
okay. Yeah. I'm with you. That's insane at high end. She's already gonna win the matchup.
Yeah. By the way, Lux with 4 crystal is actually a tank. Like when the assassins jump to kill Lux, she's gonna live a really long time.
Yeah, they're all tanks at that point.
Wait, what'd she just sell?
I don't know. She's 8-9 right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is she BMing?
She sold Janna on accident?
I think she's BMing on purpose. Is she just using 8 on purpose? Becca!
Becca!
She is! Toast is talking to her.
They might just be laughing that she sold it, though. Look at...
We're definitely going to have to talk to her afterwards to see if that was BM. I only need 8 to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, look at how long the Lux is living with the Kazakhs hitting it nonstop.
Uh-oh. Is it going to cost her, though?
No, the Zeds are...
She's got it. No, she's got it. Fine.
Yeah, she's fine. The Zeds are cloning.
Oh, my goodness.
Becca with the BM win.
What a stomp. Predators into late game level 2 Singe, level 2 Zed, level 2 Taric even, I believe. Yeah, getting the Crystal Lux as well.
That was a really cool twist on that build, having so much Crystal snuck in there at the very end. Got to give it up to Virus, though. Had that insane 16, 17 game win streak, dominated the whole thing, and then kind of just got outpaced at the end.
Yeah. All right, we'll check in, bring back over here, get some insight into the BM at the end.
I'm betting that was an accident, not a BM.
Because since Virus had the Force of Nature also, and I think he was level 9.
Yeah, he could have 10 units.
That's 10 units versus 8, still wins.
Yeah.
The power of the 2-starred 5-cost units.
Yeah, it was really cool, though, that we had so much variety in the builds. You have the Woodland Druid Assassin, you have the Predators, Ocean Mages, everything was popping up.
We got to see most of the popular late game builds right now. Some people also like running electric poisons together, but Becca basically had that.
Yeah, there's a little tweak on it where
don't need the extra electric.
Less electric, more crystals. But if you find like an electric Lux, you just swap that out too. It's super good.
Yeah.
So all that was really cool.
Yeah.
I love those. I don't know why you hate the Woodland Druid Assassin so much.
Because I hate just hyper rolling early and then sitting around with all these gold 3-star units for the whole game, riding the win streak.
But you use Predator. It's
I enjoy part of this entire genre that I enjoy is flexing your builds later and having the transitions. Hello, congratulations,
yes, come
Becca.
on in.
Big win with the Predators.
I believe you're gonna have to throw on a headset.
All right, so most important question
My head is
first.
too big for this.
Most important question first. Who came up with that BM? Was that Toast next to you?
Yes.
But that was intentional.
I knew it!
Toast told me
Oh,
to
let
do
me turn the cord
it.
over.
If anyone gets mad at me, it's Toast's fault.
No, I
No.
knew it wasn't an accident because she didn't try and put anything in. She didn't buy anything else.
Yeah.
She just sells it so it's only 8.
Okay, this is not on the. Okay, anyways.
What's your favorite endgame comp right now for climbing the ladder? That's what everybody wants to know.
Anything with Zed in it. I'll put Zed in everyone.
Yeah.
Like Zed's
What are your
my-
favorite Zed items? Because that's the other thing. He's so versatile.
Oh yeah, I like GA, so he guaranteed. Sometimes he just keeps
Yeah.
thing, right? And then I like the Ionic for 2 damage.
I did a double Ionic one yesterday.
Double Ionic.
I didn't have anything to keep him alive though. It was
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You need something to
Like
get
the
him past
GA or Redemptions, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I really wasn't planning on playing Predators. Right before we walked in, I was like, to Dog, I was like, I don't want to play Predators. And then I got like 6 Kong monsters.
Yeah.
I was like, me Pred.
yeah.
You said you were going to come over and help us cast if you got knocked out early, and then you just abandoned us.
Yeah, I'm
and kept
sorry.
quitting.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I high rolled.
I won again.
Oops, yeah.
Oops. I mean,
So do you know who your little is?
I do. It's Pabu.
It's Pabu.
oh, I have a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're
You're
not,
supposed to coach him.
if you don't know, there's another TFT match going on where you're going to have to coach someone, and you have Pabu.
I definitely knew this already.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Team synergy going
If you
on.
had to give him one piece of advice, what's like the most important thing for people not expert TFT players like yourself?
Oh, well, I think knowing the meta is important, but okay, I don't think you can tunnel on a certain build. Like, I really wanted to avoid Predator, but
Yeah.
it won me the game, so I'm glad I won Predator.
I mean, if it gives you Predators.
Yeah. Don't tunnel.
Don't tunnel?
Yeah.
What about the Crystal adaptation? Because that's one that I don't think you see too much for Crystal and Predator.
I mean, if you get a Crystal Lux at the end.
Yeah.
It's
That
Crystal
was
Lux,
pretty
right?
hype. I was like, no way. He already was having a hard time like killing my units.
We
I was-
saw your screen too when you rolled the extra 2 Zeds at the end, so you instantly had a 2-star
Yeah,
Zed.
yeah. I was like, well, he doesn't really fit, but Zed, I'm gonna put him in.
And you got the GA right
Yeah.
before that because he had the Force of Nature, and I was like, oh. But
I
it
was like,
actually
what am I
worked
gonna
out.
do with this GA?
Yeah.
It turned out perfect.
Sometimes it all comes together for you with TFT. Sometimes it just splats too. Like we saw, who got out first? Was it Toast?
It was
running
Toast,
the full
'cause
lights?
he had the
We're
same-
like, nobody runs lights anymore.
But he got 6 of. If you got 6 like things,
I would too.
everyone falls for that.
So you said biggest advice was not to tunnel.
Yeah.
But what about not getting baited in? Even if it
'Cause
gives
it's
you,
a form of
if it gives
tunneling.
you all of these lights.
That's true. I'm
That-
lucky I
that's the
wasn't
thing.
him.
Yeah, it's basically tunneling because you see all this. So,
Yeah.
What's the one that you had the most practice with for ladder? Because I think tournament and ladder can sometimes be a little different. What do you think's like your favorite build to play on ladder for climbing?
For climbing, okay, if we're talking about climbing, when I'm off stream, I'll just go with like ocean comps, ocean summoners.
It's so consistent.
Yeah, they're so consistent. But then on stream, I'm usually trying to read chat, so I just go with like hyper roll builds.
So you don't have to-
I'm very practiced in pressing D.
That's Kobe's least
See,
favorite.
I hate it so much.
You
the
do?
Woodland Assassins, the Predators.
I don't know why I hate it. That's like the most skill-intensive part of the game,
Is
at
it?
least for me. Maybe
D.
people with better
What
micro.
skill?
but-
What do you mean?
I just mean like
Thank you.
That's
mean-
why like when I don't want to think about the game.
Exactly.
though.
no, it's most mechanical, and that's my weakest part. So like I screw up the hyper rolling more than I screw up like I think the like later game decisions.
The boomerang PM.
Yeah, I'm such a boomer.
All right, that's the only bar. Boomers can't play a hyper roll.
Yeah, I guess you have to figure out
Yeah.
if Pabu had. Well, he's a pro player, so he can.
Oh,
he
he's
can
gonna be so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite thing watching like people who play a ton of TFT is when they do get to the hyper roll all-in stage and just see them like whip through their shops.
Yeah, like Kian.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly really enjoy the mid and late transitions. When someone has been like hard econing and you just hit 7 and you're like looking for, Brander or whatever 4 costs to put together, or you just hit 8 and you're trying to get 5 costs. But we're done now. We're going to stick around though, because after the break, we're going to hear from Rick Fox on his 24-hour stream. Congratulations on completing that, by the way. More All-Star 2019 after this.
I got the rod.
I got nothing.
Nice
I'm going to
build Morello on everything I find.
All right.
Guys, I hope you all remember me. No, don't die to us. Let the record show.
You said no, don't die to us.
This guy's toast tried to go lights.
Fire, Mark. The floor is lava.
Don't touch the floor.
Yeah, no extra items there for the brand, and he's going to go down.
Go. No.
Oh, no, friends.
You guys made it to the top 4.
No, you needed to run.
The 4. Yeah. Becca, as an entertainer, you gotta go 8 out of 9.
I'm here for the win, dude.
No. You're gonna win, but it's way better to win in style. Sayurjana.
I have no
Becca,
style.
Sayurjana. Trust me. Everyone's gonna remember this as the ultimate BM.
Oh, God.
No, I'm scared. No.
Fine, the Zeds are cloning.
Oh, my goodness.
Becca with the BM win.
What a stop.